had this random idea for a video, which was me hacking a random Steam game. And since I've messed with GD a lot, and I know a lot of people who mess with GD, GD itself, the internals of GD are like hacking GD, changing your position and everything. It's pretty simple. It's probably well documented, and you can find a lot of videos that explain how it works. But I just decided to just kind of do the same thing, but for a different game and for a way simpler game. And that game is Plantera on Steam. And I've played this game normally a long time ago, but I don't actually remember how it works or just like much about the game. I just know that you can just farm stuff and you get money, you get like other stuff levels, and that's basically it. You don't have to understand how the game actually works to understand what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to explain here and how actually hacking of the game works. I will use Cheat Engine to read my memory, read the game's memory, and read all the values that are in memory, and just observe how they are changing in order to change them from Cheat Engine myself. So the first thing you obviously do is click this button and you select a process that's the game you want to hack. So in this case it's Plantera, and we open it, and the game starts like this. You're just here, you have no money, you have level 1, and there's like butterflies around, and if I click on any of them I get 1 money, and if I click on others I will get more money. So the way this thing usually works is you use Cheat Engine to look for certain values that you are aware of. So in this case I know that I'm level 1 and I know that I have 1 coin, 1 money or whatever. And so if I put a value 1 here and scan type exact value types 4 bytes, which is how the numbers are usually stored. And this other stuff doesn't really matter. So if I scan, I get 84,000 numbers. And a lot of them are obviously not going to be my values. So the thing you do is change your money. So if I get another butterfly, I have now 2 money, but a lot of these values are still in number 1. So obviously they didn't change, which means they are not my money. So now I change the value from 1 to 2 and click on next scan. And now there's way less money now. And some of them are changing, which means they're not my value. So I can just click next scan again. I can click a couple more times and now have 16 found numbers. So if I do this one more time, I now have 3. And if I scan one more time for 3, I get way less now. And one of these values is probably my money. So this game works by you click this button and you buy some stuff. So in this case I buy carrots, and in order to buy other stuff I need a higher level. So we can just ignore that for now. But now my money changed to 0. So I can see that these 2 values are the ones that are 0. So if I select them both by holding shift and add them to the address list, which is here, and if I double click this, I can try to change them. And let's say I want to have 50 money. And nothing updated, but usually when you change your value here, it doesn't update like the visual stuff. It only updates internally. So if I try to change my money from the game, nothing changes and this value resetted, which means that this one isn't my money. So if I do this one more time and change the second one to 15, nothing changes. But if I buy something, it now updates to me having 44 money, which is 50 minus 6, which is how much this one will cost. So I can now just change my money to anything I want, basically. And nothing updates once again, but if I buy something, now I have 99,000 coins. And that's kind of it. Now I have pretty much infinite money. I can just change it as much as I want, and that's it. So now the next thing would be to hack my level, because in order to buy more stuff, I need a higher level. So we can do this one more time by selecting new scan and then putting the value 2, which is my level, and scanning. And once again, there's a lot of values. So I will need to do some stuff in the game to actually change my level. So I can just buy anything. Once again, I don't know how this game works because I didn't play it. I played it a long time ago. So I'm just gonna buy anything I want because I have a lot of money. And I'm level 3 now. So I can scan again. I now have way less. And one more scan, 197 found. So if I level up to level 4 again, I'll probably have way less values that match. So I want to buy more stuff, but I can't because I have no longer because I no longer have money. So I can just change it to a way bigger value, which would be 999 million. And now I can buy way more stuff. There we go, I'm level 4. So if I scan again, I have way less values now. So I can wait for level 5 and do this once more, but I'm just gonna select all values once again by holding shift and adding the addresses, and then just like right clicking any of them and changing them to level 5 and see, or just like changing them to level 10 and seeing what happens. So I'm just gonna change half of them, and of course nothing changes, but I need to change my visual thing to make it like actually update, because the game doesn't know when I change this value, because like the game is programmed differently. So if I click on anything, I can see that I still can't buy these things. So that means neither of these values were this one. So if I select them all once again by holding shift and delete them, I can just now ignore them. And I'm level 5. These ones are number 5, so I can remove these two because they're number 4. And I'm just gonna select the bottom one, and I'm gonna change it to, let's say, 50. And if nothing once again updated, but if I select anything, you can see that I can now buy anything, which means that this was the correct value and this level didn't update. But if I level up, then it will probably actually change this value and update it to a 51 or 50. Because the way these games actually work is that they don't constantly re-update this value. They only update this value, like the visual value, is when you actually change your level. And the game just doesn't know that I changed my level. So I'm just gonna buy a lot of anything. And there we go, I'm level 51. And that's like the whole game. I can just buy a lot of anything, and I can just place anything. And once I run out of money, I can just change the money again. And that's it. I pretty much beat the whole game. And as you can see, this is pretty simple. I just scan for the values that I see, and I just find them in memory. And from that I can just change them to whatever I want. And of course this game is actually very simple, and I got lucky by picking a very simple game. And in more complicated games, if you change the wrong value, it could make like the whole game actually crash, fuck something up, and just make it wrong. And for example, if I change this to a negative value, you can see that it messes this thing up, and I currently have a negative number of coins. And I'm not sure why it displays it like this, but yeah, you can just like mess a lot of stuff up easily. And this game is simple, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah, that's basically it. Now I can change my level to, I don't know, like a very fucking big value. And once I level up, I got the achievement. But once I level up, it would update my visual level to whatever this is. I'm now level 999, which is the maximum level. It reset my level to a lower value. I can assume that the game's maximum level is 999. If you for some reason increase the level to a higher value, it will just decrease it to 999. And the same thing is with my money. The maximum value would be this much, which is almost 2 billion, but not 2 billion. I can't increase the money anymore because that's the maximum value, and the game decreases it every time you change it. So that's it. I pretty much just beat the whole game. I can buy as much stuff as I want. And once I run out of money, I can just re-increase it, and that's it. And once again, it's more complicated for more complicated games, but the principle stays the same. As in you search for some value that you know from the game, and you find it in the memory, and then you change it to whatever you want. and see what happens and see how the game interacts with it. I'm actually thinking of like making the same thing, but for the game Clicker Heroes. I also played this game like a long time ago, but I played it normally. So I think this game is a bit more complicated, and it's not just simple integer values that you can just search for in memory and then just change them to whatever you want. Basically, it will be more interesting. It will be more complicated, and yeah, tell me if you want to see that. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. I have a Discord server. I have a Twitter. Everything is in the description, and have a nice day.